Hey, I'm live. I think I'm live. I always have to check. Let's have a look on my phone. Hi, if you're joining, my name's Kavin, dad of two kids and founder of KidcoachApp, live here on the 11 plus journey. And it's always worthwhile checking that I am indeed live, which is what I'm doing on my phone just now. Thank you very much to Sabha, the admin, for organizing all of this and letting me be live. I see I am indeed live, so excellent. For anybody joining either now or later, give me a little comment or thumbs up, or make sure that you can actually hear me and things are working your end, not just my end. I don't want to be talking to myself after all. So welcome this evening. It's a Wednesday at 6 p.m. I've been going live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. actually for the last few weeks, and I intend to until the end of the year to do something around 11 plus interviews, right? So I'm the interview guy. I'm the guy with an app that helps with 11 plus interviews, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. So today, what we're going to talk about is how to make the 11 plus interview super fun. Super fun. So this will be for people thinking about independent schools because they typically do an interview after the exam. So if you're going for a grammar school, they typically do not do this. But if you're going for an independent school, then they will be very selective and they'll be looking at the character of the child, not just their grades. And one key way they do this is through an interview. And that's what we'll be talking about a little bit today, but really more with a family hat on, right? I'm a dad, I'm a parent, I've got kids, and I suppose I've discovered a way that I'd like to share with you to make this bit of 11 plus super fun, which is possibly a bit, possibly not a phrase that you've used, right? In describing your 11 plus journey so far. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. And I'm sharing my screen and you'll have to let me know if you can see that. If you can see the slides, you should say, how can you make the 11 plus interview preparation super fun? If you can see that, just give me a yes or a thumbs up. That'd be really, really helpful that you can see what I would like to be showing you. All right, so, and I'm sure I could make this bigger, couldn't I? Let's do that. How can you make 11 plus interview preparation super fun? Because as I fiddle around with that, all right, here we go. Enough messing around. I'm actually done. Okay, because I'm sorry, I'm just checking you can still see that. How has your 11 plus journey been so far? Is what I want to ask you to think about. Because the 11 plus journey is quite a journey, right? And here we are going live in the 11 plus journey group. So it's all very, very appropriate. The 11 plus journey is quite a journey, isn't it? You know, and I'd love for you just to type in the chat box, the comments, you know, what are some adjectives that come to mind? How has that journey been for you so far? You know, if it's been at all like this picture, even at times, I don't blame you. You know, if it's been a bit of an ordeal or trying or difficult, or even maybe they've been a bit argumentative sometimes, or, you know, I would not be surprised. But how has your 11 plus journey been so far? I'm curious. Let me know. Because the point I would like to sort of make is that there is a way of making it more like this, at least for this final step of interview preparation. You know, this happy, harmonious, happy, chatty family around the dinner table. I mean, this is a picture that we all strive towards, don't we? And we don't always get there. I certainly don't always get there. But when I sit down for dinner with the kids and with the family, I very much have this mental picture in mind of this happy, rich dinner table conversation sort of environment, ideally with grandparents there as well, you know, through the generations. This sort of vibe that I'm sure a lot of us want in our households. Actually, it can be like this. And what's really nice about what I'd like to introduce you to is that this can help with our 11 plus. It can be directly supportive of our 11 plus if we are preparing for interviews at independent schools. I'm just looking back at the chats and some of the comments around how 11 plus journey has been so far. Confusing, challenging, stressful, arduous, but also exciting, knowledgeable, challenging in a good way. Let us grow. Yeah, absolutely. Not all bad, not everything, bad things can be good, basically, right? And it's good that if you can find the good in the bad. But this sort of vibe and this sort of happy, chatty kind of vibe that you can have at your house and at the dinner table actually can be a crucial part of the 11 plus journey in that final step of interview preparation. And so let me talk a little bit about that. Just before I do, just who is talking to you, because some of you may not know who I am. First and foremost, I'm a dad of 2 kids. This is our family picture. It's the one I tend to use because it's, I don't know, we're all color coded and stuff. And it's just one of these family pictures I like. It's from quite a few years ago. This is when my youngest was 1. This is a first year birthday party, actually. So quite a number of years ago, but still one that I like. I suppose I look a bit younger in that as well. You can see less gray hairs. Maybe that's why I show it too. In terms of my education, I was lucky enough to go to haberdashers and then University of Cambridge. And then after that, had a pretty good career, all very corporate, at places like PwC and Relex Group, which is one of these FTSE 100 companies that nobody's ever heard of. I certainly hadn't when they came recruiting. Anyways, I had a successful career, but I left it all a couple of years ago to found my own business called KidcoachApp, which is an education and parenting business, really, all about getting families talking and children thinking. It just so happens to be pretty cool for 11 plus interview preparation. So what is the 11 plus interview or the 13 plus interview? What is the interview? Some of you might be wondering. And I had this definition here from Gemma Smith over at the Education Hotel, who I work closely with at times. And she says, an interview is a short conversation. It's a conversation that